Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So today I am going to be changing out these emblems on both the front, like on the grill, on the tailgate, and then the side ones that say the F-150. I'm going to do that because I am not a fan of this chrome and blue. It is, the chrome and blue on the front and the back for the Ford, and then where it says F-150 on the side, those are chrome. I do not like those. I don't know, that's the only chrome thing on the truck and I do not like it, so I'm going to get rid of it, change them out. If you saw the last video, you would see that I got the new headlights put in. They look pretty sweet, I like them a lot, pretty cool. But next mod for the appearance side of things will be these emblems. Not a fan of them, so I'm going to get rid of them, change them out, get something looking classier, really tie the whole truck together better. At least I think so, because I got them color matched with this gray and black. So I think it'll change the whole look of the truck. I'll make the whole thing look better. So let's get into it and change them out. Alright, so before we get into it real quick, just going to show you guys what it looks like. Here's the front one. I think it'll look pretty good. Ties the truck together better, I think so. It's just got a little bit of like foam or whatever you call this stuff on it, but we'll just wipe that off. Should come off nice. The only thing is, so I ordered these off of eBay. The only thing is it doesn't have any like sticky stuff on the back of it. I don't know if you need that on the back of these or not. Same thing with the rear one. It looks like it's got some tabs in the rear one. There's like five tabs or so in it is what it looks like. The front might have some behind this foam stuff, not sure. But there's no sticky stuff. I know on the side ones it does come with some sticky stuff, like some tape that goes on it, but not exactly sure what I'm going to need, so we'll try and take them off and see if these will work. Hopefully they will. Otherwise I might have to go buy some sticky stuff and put them on. But yeah, let's get into it. We'll start by taking these off. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure how these come off of here, but I got some fishing line. Try and take it behind it and get these old ones off. Not sure if that's how they come off or not. Alright, so I wasn't really sure how it worked, so I looked it up, but what you have to do is there's no sticky stuff for the front and back ones, but there's, I think, three little like pinhole things, 3 or 4 little like pinhole things that come out and go onto the back side. So what you have to do, unfortunately, is take off the whole grill, and then there's some bolts that come out on the like back side of it. There's the little plastic part that sticks out the back, and there's some nuts that go into the back of it and get threaded on, and that's how this thing gets stuck on there. So I just put the headlights in yesterday, had the whole front end apart, and it looks like I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing. So I guess let's get into it and start taking this grill off so we can get this front emblem put on. And now I know what I'm doing after I couldn't figure it out yesterday. So now that I know what I'm doing, I should be able to do it a lot faster, hopefully. But let's get into it and start taking this thing apart. Alright, so first thing you're going to have to do, if you didn't see the last video, to take out the headlights, there's 2 7mm bolts behind here and on the other side. You take those out and this piece will just pop right off. And then once you do that, there's all these little Christmas tree plug things you'll have to take off of here. And then there's another 5 right here. You have to take all those off. There's also a bolt down here and a bolt down there, and then the grill should be free. Should be able to lift it off. And then I believe there's the nuts that go to the back of here. You should be able to access them after you get that off. So let's get into it. Start by taking this piece off. Alright, now that we got that piece off, there's a bolt right here. And it gets a 8mm, I believe. And then there's another 8mm right here. Those are for the lower part to hold the grill in. And then we'll have to undo all these little Christmas tree clips up top in order to be able to lift this grill out of here. Well, it was hard for me to do this yesterday, but I'd say after you do it once, it definitely gets a lot easier to do, that's for sure. Alright, we got the lower pieces off, now let's get the Christmas trees. Alright, should have all those off, this piece. come right out from under here. We'll set that back out of the way. And then there is 4 more bolts right here. And you also have to undo this wiring here. So it's just press down and it'll unplug. There's 2 of those, and then there's another little clip right here that holds the wires in place. There we go. Tuck that back there. And then you gotta undo these. I think they're 10 millimeter, it looks like. So after we get these 4 bolts off up here, then this grill should be able to come off. And on the grill, there is like four plastic, whatever you want to call them, just pieces that stick back in there. And they kind of like secure into the headlights. So there's one here, one there, one there, one there. And so just make sure when you're taking the grill off, you just pull it straight off so you don't screw up the headlights or do anything wrong with them. All right, we should have all the bolts off. So this grill's pretty loose, should be just able to pull right off, and should just be able to take this grill off. So I'm gonna grab a rug or something and set it down so I can set the grill down and not have to worry about scratching the paint or anything happening to it. All right, there we go. So you should, I think you just have to take out that bolt maybe the 4 over here as well. I think you have to take out, I'm thinking that one, and there's 2 over there. So this one and this one, that one and that one, and maybe this one. And I'm thinking this piece should come off, so then we should be able to access the back side of the grill. So, or like the front piece of the grill, you could say. So that way we can take the bolts off to get the new emblems on. So I think it looks like these are 10 millimeter bolts right here. So you should just take these off, and I think the thing should just pop right off. All right, then there's a bolt right in here, 8 millimeter. Gonna need like a deep socket to get it out, because it's buried way up in there. Got that out of there. And then it's just stuck on something down here. I think it's these clips here. Get these off. All right, so it looks like there's like 5 clips down low holding this piece in. I really don't want to take them off because it seems like a lot of work. So I'm going to try and reach the socket down in here and undo the pins for the back of this to try and be able to get it off. Alright, so it looks like it is a 10 millimeter to get these guys off. These little nuts off the back of those plastic, like plastic holes on the back of this emblem, whatever you want to call them. Alright, there's the 3rd one, and then this guy just pops right off of there. So there we go, that's what it looks like. You can see they're just plastic and they were threaded onto it. So that should be fun trying to get the new ones on. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Just 3 little pins, and then those little metal nuts that just screw on there. So let's get the new one on and get the new nuts screwed onto it, or the old nuts screwed onto it. But yeah, so there's no tape that goes onto the back of this. It's just these nuts that screw on and off of it. So here is the new emblem. It's got some of that like styrofoam on the back of it. Here it is. Comparison, same size, everything's the same. Just a different color, so it'll match the color of the truck way better. But it is the same holes in the back of it. 2 right here, 2 here, and 1 and 1. Yep, same exact thing. And we'll just have to take those little metal nuts and screw them on the end of here once we get the thing put in. I think it looks way better than the new one does. That's just personal opinion. I got them off of eBay. They were, I think, $170. Yeah, it looks like the thing doesn't fit exactly like flat on there. It kind of like bulges out like that, kind of makes like a U shape. So I'm sure if I tighten them down tight enough, it should flatten the thing out, because it's looking like that, and it should sit in there like that. So get these on there, tighten down, and hopefully it'll end up sitting flat on there. Might be easier to start them when they're not on. I'm going to try and do that, so it'll make life easier once they're actually on there. They've got something to thread into. Yeah, that should make it a lot easier. Now I don't have to try and start the thing, start that nut on there when it's actually in there. Don't know if that's what you're supposed to do or not, but that's what I'm gonna do. Make it easier. Not gonna go all the way down with it, just a couple turns to get it started, so I don't have to worry about it falling off like it just did. Yeah, there we go. Now I can start them by hand too. Makes it a lot easier. There we go. Now we can take the socket to it and get them put in all the way. Alright, well I think that is probably as far as they're gonna go. It is not quite on all the way, because when I look over at the side, I can tell there's a little bit of a gap in there. But it's like what I said before, how it kind of U'd up like that. I think they just weren't made exactly as a duplicate, but this side kind of still peaks up a little bit. There's a tiny bit of a gap. This side there's a little bit, but not as much as the other side. I got them pretty much as tight on as I could. At this point they just kind of keep spinning. They are not going anywhere, or any further at least, because that's as long as those little clips in there are. It's all the way down to the end of them. At the top it's flush, and in the bottom it's flush, but it's just once you get right over to the peak here on the side, then they kind of arc out a little bit more so on this side than this side. But I mean, you can maybe stick a penny in it, or like a dime, but it'll be really hard to tell. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. You can kind of see in there, there's a little bit of a gap. The top side looks pretty good. I really don't see a gap, but you get over to this side, it's hard to tell. Camera can't even get that close to it, but it sticks out just a smidge. And then this side, it kind of does the same thing, but you can just barely tell on that side. This side you can tell more so. I can kind of get my finger in there a little bit, where this top side I really can't do that at all. Yeah, this top side I really can't, just right on there, but this side I can kind of get my finger up under there. I think it should be fine though. I really don't see an issue with that, other than it doesn't look the best, but I think it should be just fine. Alright, well, like I said, I got those in as far as I could. The left side of it kind of sticks out just a little bit more than the right side, but not by too much. So that should be everything with the front. So at this point it should just be putting everything back together. Then we can get the grill put back on and get that lower valence piece put back on, and then we can move on to the back side. Alright, picked up the grill, set it back in here. It's not tightened down or anything, but it's sitting back in here, and that just looks so good. It changes the whole look of the front end, I think. It was like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer before, and now it's just looks like a normal reindeer. But let's get the grill tightened back in, fastened back in here, and then we'll move on to the back and get that one done. Got everything at the top put back together. Now we just gotta do this little valence piece here, and should be good. Got everything put back together, and there is the final results. I don't know about you guys, but I think that looks pretty good on there. Get the hood closed. I think that looks way better. It's a little hard to tell with the lighting, but Definitely looks better to me. Matches the whole truck. It's color matched. I think it looks really good. I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks better than that on the front of there. That chrome and blue. I think that looks way better. Way better. There was, like I said earlier, just a tad of a fitment issue with this side. Just right in there, it just kind of pokes out a little bit. But, I mean, you can push it and it's flat, but I couldn't get the screws to, or the nuts on the back of the posts on here to go all the way. But I think it looks really good. Definitely an improvement. I think for the set of the front and back, they were, I think like $160, $170 on eBay. I think, not 100% sure, but it was somewhere around there between $150 and $180, somewhere in there. So there is the front. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. But yeah, I think this video is gonna end up being long enough just with the front, so I'll do a different video for the rear. That'll be the video right after this one. So let me know what you guys think about that. What other mods you guys want to see done to the truck. Stay tuned for the next video if you guys want to see the rear done. As always, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.